The house, now known as OAKWAL in Bush Street, Windsor, has a fascinating history that dates back to 31 May 1858, when Daniel Rowntree Somerset purchased approximately 52 acres of land from the Crown, known as portions 145, 146 and 147 in the county of Stanley, parish of Enoggera, in the then colony of New South Wales. The property originally acquired was bounded by what is now Lutwyche Road to the east, Newmarket Road to the south, 6th Avenue to the north, and 9th Avenue to the west. Whilst the details are sketchy, it is believed that Daniel Somerset commissioned a local firm of architects to design and build the house, and the job of doing so was given to James Cowlishaw. The house was built on the summit of the hill, and it has been described as a standard axially planned Victorian gentleman's residence. The main building is constructed from sandstone, with louvered shutters screening the large windows. There are 4 chimneys in the roof, which is sheeted with Welsh slates. Generous verandas on 3 sides are supported by Tuscan columns made from squared timber with bevelled corners. An additional wooden wing was added sometime later to connect the kitchen to the main house. The OAKWAL property did not remain in the Somerset family, and the story goes that the next owner, Sir James Cockle, Queensland's first Chief Justice, and Daniel Somerset were riding to their homes along what is now Lutwyche Road, when Sir James Cockle asked Daniel Somerset what he thought his property was worth. Shortly after, so they say, Cockle turned up to buy the property at the figure Somerset had named, and the property became known as the OAKWAL Estate. On 6 July 1888, the Brisbane Courier carried an advertisement by another local identity, W.J. Hooker, that OAKWAL would soon be offered for sale by public auction. However, the title deed shows that on 20 July 1888, the OAKWAL estate transferred from Sir James Cockle to the Honourable James Cowlishaw, who was then also a member of the Legislative Council of Queensland, reportedly for a sum of £20,000. And by the time the auction date of 8 September 1888 was announced, the property had been divided into 296 allotments, plus the residence on 4.5 acres. Many of those allotments were sold over the ensuing years, but the residence was passed in. The Honourable James Cowlishaw advertised it for rental, and the home was also occupied by several members of his family. Following James's death in 1929, the remaining property, by then 3 acres 2 roods and 22 3/10 of a perch, passed to his eldest child, Mary Cowlishaw. Mary's will gave her trustees the power to sell the property, and following her death, the OAKWAL estate was reduced in size yet again, as smaller blocks were subdivided from it and sold. The residence and remaining land, comprising 2 roods, 6 3/10 of a perch, was purchased by her youngest son, and his descendants reside there to this very day.